Haiti is now under the stewardship of a transitional government, and its new leaders must immediately face urgent, life-threatening issues. Gang violence, while a problem for years, has exploded in 2024. More than 2,500 people were killed or injured from January to March. Thousands more have been displaced, with many facing catastrophic hunger. And even the swearing-in ceremony provided a clear example of the challenges they face. Details of the event were largely kept under wraps beforehand, and dozens of armed guards were stationed around the event for security. And for more on the political situation in Haiti, we've reached Gilles Rivard. He's a former Canadian ambassador to Haiti, a former Canadian ambassador to the United Nations, and a senior advisor to Global Affairs Canada. We appreciate you joining us today.
My pleasure, Madame Ward. My pleasure.
I'm wondering how big of a task you think is ahead, given everything we just mentioned there leading into that interview about hunger, violence, security. We know there's healthcare issues. What is the first thing this transitional government needs to do?
Well, you said that the task is immense at this moment for these people. At least we have what seems to be a certain political stability for the time being. First and foremost, this is activate the commitment of Kenya to bring their forces in Haiti, because security is the purpose, is the priority number one. And Canada is also training some CARICOM officers in Jamaica that will join that force. Nothing will happen if we don't improve the security in this country.
Now, you mentioned there that Kenyan-led security force still not in Haiti. That is on pause. What's your understanding of, what happens next and, how quickly that could happen?
Okay, the agreement with Kenya was signed when the former interim Prime Minister Henry was in office. Now, we know the situation. He never came back to Haiti. Now we have this provisional presidential council in place. Mr. Boisvert has been appointed the acting prime minister in replacement for Mr. Henry. So I think this is what Kenya was expecting before making concrete action and sending their troops in Haiti. We hope now that they will send their troops as they commit themselves to help Haiti. So this is the first thing that should happen, is that to reinitiate, to reinvigorate this agreement with Kenya.
And you spoke also there about the Canadian forces who are training members of CARICOM in Jamaica, the military members of the Caribbean community who will eventually then support that operation. How important is this role for Canada, and what exactly will they be doing? What will that role be?
Okay. For Canada, that's part of our commitment for a long time. We didn't want to send boots on the ground, but we want to help countries part of the Caribbean communities. Haiti is part of this Caribbean communities, and some countries committed troops. Now, they needed some training, and Canada sent some of our armed officers to train these people so that they can join this Kenya force that will definitely be the lead, considering they're supposed to send, we will see if it happens, about 1,000 armed forces and police officers. So that's the question of coordination. And I think it's important for CARICOM to show some solidarity with Haiti, because the security of the region depends also on the stability in this country, which is very much in jeopardy at this moment.
Now, Canada's also pledged some money, about $59 million, to the security mission. And we're learning from the United Nations yesterday only that $8.7 million has been deposited into a dedicated fund right now for that security mission. What's your understanding of the status of the other 50 plus million, and how quickly that will be given?
Well, it depends on how the strategy to improve the security will unfold. The question is that Canada has committed that money to arm police forces, to send some vehicle to help, to control, to improve the security. Probably there are going to be some money put aside to support the Kenyan force. I don't have the details, but that's not something unusual that the contribution comes after a certain period of time and even over a couple of years, making sure that we see some positive result before committing more money. That's nothing unusual here.
You know, and we started this interview talking about the urgency of this situation. How important is it that all of this move really quickly now that this transitional council is in place?
Okay, that's a very good question. This council is in place until February 2026, which is supposed to be the date where there's going to be an election for a new president. Now, they have essentially about 22 months to put in place a decent election process, and I should remind you that there's been no election since 2016 in Haiti. They need to elect a president, they need to appoint a prime minister, they need to elect deputies, senators. This is a perfect storm in Haiti. The task is immense, but election is not possible without security. And then you have to look at justice, you have to look at security, you have to look at the Constitution as well. The task for this group is immense, and I hope they will be able to work together. It's the first time that we have a group of parties that work together, and I can tell you, based on what we've seen in the past, it's going to need a lot of leadership, but also Haitian has to realize that they have to work together for the future of their country. It is their own. This is what they wanted to have, that council. They have it. Now they have to deliver.
Well, there'll certainly be a lot of hope placed on this transitional council that this is a turning point for the people of Haiti. Gilles Rivard, former Canadian ambassador to Haiti, former Canadian ambassador to the United Nations. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Ward. Have a good day.